Hey, welcome from my dining room. All right, let's take a look at these. So this is what we're doing this week. We have a pair of parallel lines cut by this thing called the transversal. Okay, let's look at angle measures. So I'm going to throw in some numbers here so we could talk about which of these, what they're called. Alternate interior. Well, you're trying to find alternate interior, alternate exterior corresponding. They're just equal angles. So the interior of this thing would be the inside, and they alternate 3 and 6. They're alternating interior 4 and 5. Those are your alternate interior angles, and that means that they're equal. You also have alternate exterior. Well, those are on the outside, and they alternate. So 1 and 8. Also 2 and 7. And they're alternating exterior, so they're equal. Corresponding are on the same side of the transversal, and they're equal. They correspond. So you have 4 pairs of these, so 2 and 6. 2 falls on top of 6, they're corresponding. You also have 4 and 8. Let's see what else. You have 1 and 5, and you have 3 and 7. Now, generally, when I'm trying to find the sum of the angles, I don't always go by these terms, although they're great when you have to explain yourself. We'll come back to that. But let's say that angle 2 is 70 degrees, and you want to find all the others. Well, let's start on the top here. You could go down and say, okay, 2 is corresponding to 6, so that means that 6 is also 70. I kind of take the easy way. And I look at this whole big X up here, and if 2 is 70, well, 3 is also 70 because they're vertical and they're across. 1, 4, well, let's take a look at that. Well, 1 and 2 are sitting there on a straight line. So if 2 is 70, that would mean that 1 has to be 110 because they have to add up to 180. They're on a straight line. So 180 minus the 70 is your 110. And that means 4 is also 110. Now, this is what I kind of do. I take a look at this whole X up here, and I just bring that whole X down here because it's going to just kind of fold right on top of it, like kind of like just if I cut it out and put it on top, it's the same thing. Or you can use all of your equal angles, and that's how you get the other set. So on the assignment this week, some of you had everything great on the top, but then weren't able to bring it down to the bottom. So you could just kind of cut one out, put it down, or you can use all of these terms like 2 and 6 corresponding, they're equal. Or alternate interior, 1 and 8, exterior, 1 and 8, alternate exterior, they're equal. Okay, hope that helps.